Hey guys, index card today, day 15. I'm starting out today with a 3x5 index card that is not gessoed. Generally, I gesso them. If I don't mention, they're usually gessoed. But this one is not because I knew I was going to be using a lot of glue, so I didn't think it mattered too much. The glue helps to add a little structure to it. So I'm just adhering these gear-shaped die cuts all over my background, and the die is called Sprightly Sprockets, and it's a Spellbinders die. And I just layered some on top of each other just to cover my whole background. And now I'm stamping this guy from Viva Las Vegas Stamps, and I'm stamping him in two different kinds of ink because I wasn't sure if I was going to color him with my Copic markers or with the Zig Clean Color Real Brush markers. So, if I was going to Copic color, I stamped in Memento ink because that's best for Copic coloring, and with the Zig I stamped with VersaFine Onyx Black. And I did end up going with the Zig markers, and I'm just going to color him in with a whole bunch of different colors of gray. You can see my little key there to the side, and some are warm grays and some are cool grays, and I decided to go with a little bit more of the cool grays. And honestly, this stamp doesn't need too much because it has a lot of detail and it has a lot of shading already on it, but I wanted to, you know, just spruce it up a little, so I honestly probably spent a little bit more time in it than I really needed, but I enjoy the coloring. So sorry about the beeping in the background. I'm defrosting dinner, if you can hear that. So yeah, I'm just gonna follow where the shading is, the dark gray where the darkest of the shadows goes, and the lighter grays in the lighter spots. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple coloring. And at this point I wasn't sure what colors my background was going to be, so I don't know why I chose green for the umbrella, because I wasn't sure what color was going to be my background, so green it was. But I went over it with some gray to tone it down because it was a really bright green. And then I'm also going to go over my whole guy with a really light blue. And it just adds a little bit of a tint, really subtle, but a little something. And then once he's done, I'm going to start on the background, and I have some warm gray Silks acrylic glaze paint, and I'm going to put that over my card, and then I'm going to add a little bit of the Finnabair paints. It's like this nice teal color that has like a little bit of a iridescence. It almost has like a duochrome to it where you can see like a different color when you look at it from different angles. So I blended the gray and the teal colors together using a really dry brush, and I wanted to make sure that I got in all the cracks and crevices of my where the die cuts are. So now I have some Lindy Stamp Gang Magicals in Gutentag Teal and some of the spray in Buccaneer Bay Blue. And I'm just gonna apply that all over the background, and then since my guy's umbrella was green, I decided to add a little bit of that Gutentag Teal to his umbrella so that it would match a little better to the background. And then generally when I'm doing something like this with the inks, I concentrate them in two corners, like the upper left and the lower right. And I don't know why I do that, but you know, and then I just try to make them fade out towards the center. So I also added some Gag Me with a Spoon gray, and this is Cowabunga Copper. This, I don't know what was going on with this card. This is a really different card for me, but I was all about the layers, and I don't know, just having fun adding layers and different colors and seeing how they reacted with one another. I really had a lot of fun making this card, even though it turned out to not be one of my favorites, but So yeah, anyway, I went over the whole background with a dry brush and some black paint to just really, I don't want to say highlight because it's black paint, but really, yeah, highlight the texture of the gears. And then I also did a little bit of stamping, which I could have skipped because you can't really see it that well. And then I also go over the top with some, it's wax from Finnabair, and it has like, when it goes over black, it has like a little bit of a blue tint to it. And then this paint here is part of a set to make like a patina. It comes with this color and like a teal and a blue, and you're supposed to like layer them together to make a patina. But I like the color on all on its own, so and then I add a little bit of a lighter Finnabair paint. This one's called Butterfly Spells, and everything with a dry brush to just go over everything with the dry brush so it catches the texture. And then here I have some more of that teal because I felt like it was going very dark. And since my stamp has a lot of dark areas on it, I wanted to make a little bit of a highlighted area for my stamp to sit on so he doesn't really get lost in the background. And then I put some fun foam on him to pop him up from the background. And I'm going to adhere him with glossy accents. And then I have this stamp, is also by Viva Las Vegas Stamps, of like this pipe. And really, I didn't know, I didn't know where or what kind of sentiment I could add. So I didn't. I just left it like it was. I'm going to add some highlights with a Uniball Signo white gel pen. And that's pretty much it for this card. Yeah, I was like, no sentiment? Okay. So yeah, that's it for the card. Thank you so much for watching. And if you have any questions, comments, you can leave them below and I will respond as soon as I can. And thanks again. Bye-bye, guys.